Alright, what we're doing is removing this brake line here, these two big bolts here as well, this one bolt, and pretty much what's going to happen is this spindle is going to release from the shock, the control arms are going to fall down. Then we're going to move up to the top, we're going to remove these three nuts, and then it'll just pretty much hang there.
One thing we forgot to mention, remove this bracket right here from the shock. It holds the cable for the speed sensor. When you remove it, it'll give you enough room for when the spindle drops, so you're not pulling on the cable.
Alright, we actually had to use a tool, the ball joint separator. If you come down here, we had to separate the ball joint from the shock. Yeah, more than likely if your car has 100,000 miles on it and you know it's never been changed, you're going to have to do this. Alright, so what we're doing, we had to take the carpet out. We got to take these two side panels out in order to get to the shocks, and then once we get to those, we'll take the bolts out, and then we'll drop the shocks. Alright, what you want to do for the rear is just take this single bolt out from the bottom, and then come up to the top, and you want to take all these panels off and move those out of the way, and get those two screws in the back right there, and then it should just pop right down. Installing the rear coilovers, what we're going to do is he's going to push it up in the top. I'm going to tighten this nut just so it doesn't fall. Tighten that bolt at the bottom, and then just tighten everything up and it should be good. now that we're done with the rear, we're going to begin with the front. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these three up in here and just tighten up the nuts. Then go back down here, tighten up the 2 bolts, and just pretty much tighten everything, and then we should be good to go. Brian here with FitForm&Function, and yeah, we originally did an introduction video, but it got corrupted, so that's why the coils are already installed. But I'm just going to talk about some of the pricing and the ride quality and stuff since the video got corrupted. The pricing, it wasn't too bad. It was a little bit too much for my liking, just in how much trouble it was to go through to get these on. The coilovers themselves were about $420. The tie rods and all that stuff all together was probably about $150. And I had the local shop actually adjust each coil because I was pretty much tired of it. I just decided to just go ahead and get them to do it after we installed it, because we went through some trouble. But in all, after getting each coil on, getting them adjusted, getting my toe right, and getting new tie rod ends and all that stuff, and getting the top mounts transferred over to the coils from my older shocks, it was about $620. So that's a rough price at what you're looking for. Of course, you don't have to get a shop to adjust your coils. You can easily do that yourself, but I was just tired of doing it, and I just found it easier that way. Let's see, the ride quality is not that bad. When I first drove it home from my buddy's house to where we're doing all this stuff the toe was so bad that the whole ride there, my tires were just screeching. And so I immediately parked it, and the next day, or the next time I drove it straight to the local shop so they could fix the toe. A lot of people on racelands, or that got raceland coilovers, their toe was off by a few degrees and had to get longer tie rod ends. I think on some forums I saw some people got Chevrolet tie rod ends, some people got GMC and stuff like that, but I just got RSX tie rod ends, and they've worked for me so far. So these are all stuff that you may not have to do, but I did anyway. I know it wasn't that bad. I'm satisfied with it now that I got it done. When I was going through and when I was getting the shop to do all this stuff, I wasn't really that satisfied at that point because I was spending a little bit more than I wanted to. But yeah, now that they're on and my car's dropped, probably about 2 inches or maybe a little bit above. My front tires are scraping a little bit, but other than that, I'm satisfied with it, and I would recommend it if you could get the if you could adjust it yourself and not go to a local shop and get everything done yourself, and then I would recommend them. But as far as how much trouble they were, and relocating the top mounts and all that stuff, that's something you want to think about before you start buying it, or before you buy them.